Hello everybody, Rich Matcha back with another episode of Raw Results for March. Yeah, March. What date was it? March 6th, 2017. If you guys do like, please leave one and subscribe. But yeah, this episode of Raw, after a pretty shitty pay-per-view was really good. I really like this episode of Raw and really like the directions are going with some of the rivalries, besides, the obvious Brock versus Goldberg, because I feel like that's just not going to be fun. But with all that said, let's get into it. Okay, so we start out the night with Chris Jericho confronting Kevin Owens about why he turned on him. And Chris Jericho started out by demanding answers from Owens, wanting to know why he betrayed him weeks ago on Raw in the Festival of Friendship. Excuse me. Owens emerged to explain himself, but he said they were never best friends, and the only reason he did it was because of that. He also claimed that Jericho had mercy during his attack a week ago. Then the two, KO came down to the ring. The two squabbled for a bit, and then Samoa Joe came and helped out Owens. So, that hints towards the Triple H New Evolution faction that will be formed with Owens, Joe, and possibly Pete Dunne when he comes up to Raw. And I think he'd be a perfect addition to that faction because he's like, it's like the Evolution. Triple H is the Flair of the group, to where Owens is. Actually, yeah, Owens is Triple H, Samoa Joe's Batista, and then Pete Dunne will be Randy Orton. There you go. But, yeah. So, the two squabbled, and Joe came and helped Owens, and Sami Zayn came down, and I thought they were gonna schedule a tag match, but they didn't. Thank God. I mean, Taylor Long was great, GM, but we didn't need a tag match. So those are two separate storylines for two separate storylines. But the two brawled briefly, then they all brawled, and then Jericho brought a chair in, and yeah, he drove away the heels with that. Then, just a great segment to open up the night. Then, after that, we had the first match of the night, which was Sami Zayn taking on Kevin Owens. And whenever these two have a match, it's going to be match of the night. Possibly. But yeah, just great match from these two. The winner of the match was KO. Not surprised, because Sami Zayn can't seem to get that win in there. Ever. Besides when he's being pushed. And I really hope within this year, or within the closing and start of next year, they really push Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn is just, I feel that he should be in the Universal title picture right now. Not just beside it, but in it, challenging for it. And I think either, from the Rumble or from the Rumble and on, they could have had two really good storylines if Goldberg and Lesnar didn't come back, and one of them could have been Joe versus Sammy. Sammy comes out, he's like, you know what, I never, or whatever. He just challenges KO for the belt, and they just have a match at Mania that will be match in the night. I think that'd be no doubt. Or just have KO versus Jericho for the title at Mania. But, I mean, KO and Jericho are gonna have a title match, but just not the one I feel they deserve. Because if they had it for the Universal title, that'd be a money match. But I understand, part-timers are more important than the new era of wrestlers. And Jericho's old, but, he's in there with them. He's not really... he is a part-timer, but I feel that story would have been 10 times better than, oh, well, Goldberg's gonna get squashed. But, yeah. So, winner of the first match of the night was Owens. Then, after that, we had Neville defend his Cruiserweight Championship against Rich Swann, which is really awkward, defense. I feel this segment did go great, and it was great. It was a great segment, but I feel that it would have been more effective last night, maybe, just depending on what happened. But, yeah, it was Neville versus Rich Swann. Neville won because why would you just get the title off of him? And then my prediction was right. After the match, Aries interviewed Neville, and, Aries was hinting at someone that could be better than him. It was like, oh, well, Neville, there could be someone better than you. And then the crowd just started chanting, Aries, Aries, Aries. And then Aries just smiled at Neville. And then Neville's all like, oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then Aries like, hey man, calm down, I'm just doing my job. Don't take it as don't take it as, I don't know, I think he said recommendation. Take it as a statement. They hit Neville with the microphone, then went off the ropes, did the spinning forearm, and then knocked him out of the ring, and that sets up their rivalry for WrestleMania. That's awesome. Can't wait to see them face off at Mania, and just save it till Mania because Aries needs to heal up a little bit more. I know he's medically cleared, but I don't want him to get injured in the leading up to Mania. But yeah, just keep him on commentary for the rest of the weeks leading up to Mania, and they're gonna have the Cruiserweight match of the night. I can't wait till that match. And then after Aries' run, they can go up to the Universal title scene. But yeah, I feel this segment could have been way better at Fastlane, but that'd be like digging corn out of the piece of shit because Fastlane was a shit pay-per-view last night. So actually, in a way, they actually did good job not doing it there. But yeah, that really good segment and a really good match too. Then after that, we had Goldberg and Lesnar face to face, and you can expect what happened. Brock Lesnar F5 Goldberg. Goldberg looked like it hurt the hell out of him, but he still got up. And yeah, we all know what's gonna happen from that. Yeah. Then, after that, we had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defend the Raw Tag Team titles against Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Don't know why, but yeah. This match ended in disqualification, I believe. Here, let me try to find it. Yeah, this match ended in disqualification due to Amore suicide diving out onto Anderson, then freaking out, and then making Cesaro trip over the steps and spilling his coffee, and Cesaro coming in and attacking them. And yeah, but there is going to be a number one contenders match next week when Cesaro and Sheamus take on Cass and Amore for the number one contenders spot at WrestleMania. It'll be Cass and Enzo. 99% sure on that, but if Cesaro win, that's really surprising. But yeah. Then, after that, we had Arya Davari taking on Akira Tozawa. Really good match. Love Akira. And yeah. And then after the match, uh, Kendrick came out. Kira called out Kendrick. And Kendrick came out and said he would reveal whether he would answer Tozawa's challenge on Tuesday's 205 Live. And yeah. And the quote Kendrick left was, "Just be careful what you wish for." Then, after that, we had the New Day versus the Shining Stars. The New Day won, and yeah. Not really exciting with them. Then, after that, we had Bayley address her WrestleMania situation. So, Bayley comes out with Foley because Foley called her out. Foley congratulated her for winning the Raw Women's Championship. Then Bayley expressed her discomfort with how she kept the belt, namely with Sasha Banks' help, blah blah blah. And then Charlotte Flair popped in to interject her own thoughts. Then Raw's commissioner, Stephanie McMahon, came down. Then fighting back and forth with Mick and them, and that's scheduled not a one-on-one match, but if Sasha Banks won, then she'd be added to the match, making a triple threat, and if Charlotte won, then it'd just be a one-on-one match. So it was Sasha versus Charlotte. Sasha wins, she'd get triple threat. Charlotte wins, just be one-on-one. And Sasha won, no surprise. No, it wasn't Sasha versus Charlotte, it was Bayley versus Sasha. And yeah, really good match. Some spots in here didn't make sense because, you know, like this was the ending of the match. Bayley was trying to crawl towards the ropes, and Charlotte was trying to pull away, but Sasha thought she was trying to interfere, so she kicked off Charlotte, rolling back and making Bayley tap. But then I was thinking, like, Charlotte, you could have just let her get it, and then, you would have had a better chance of Sasha not winning. But whatever. So that sets up the... Oh, excuse me. That sets up the triple threat at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. Possible four-way, depending on Nia Jax's situation, or what she does. Then, after that, we had Sasha Banks versus Bayley. Yeah, so I went through that already, and yeah. Then, after that, we had the Triple H interview on Seth Rollins, and Triple H shot on CM Punk in this segment because he basically said, "Oh, Chicago's medical staff, the best there is to offer, or whatever." And he mentioned the doctor that Punk's having a lawsuit against, and I thought that was a pretty cheap shot. And yeah, and also I saw on Twitter, I believe this was posted by WWE, but it was, but it was all man breaking. You never know who's gonna show up, and it was a picture of CM Punk, and then the guy who posted it on Instagram was like, "Oh, I can't wait." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious? No way that would happen." But yeah, so that happened, causing. And, yeah, so Triple H just, Seth's at Mania or not, I'm still gonna end his career or whatever. Then after that, we had Samoa Joe taking on Chris Jericho for the final match of the night. This match was really good between these two. First time I've ever seen Joe take on Chris Jericho. and these guys really know how to work with each other. But the match ended with a countout victory for Joe, and Joe applied the Coquita clutch, whatever you want to call it, outside the ring, up to the 7 account, then up to the 7 count, 7 count on Jericho, and he basically just won by countout. And yeah, so good match on them. And to end the night, we had Braun coming out, calling out Reigns. The Undertaker came back, surprisingly, and started the rivalry between him and Reigns. And Undertaker just came out into the ring, and then Strowman just left because it was like, oh shit, dead man. And then Roman came out and got booed the shit out of, and then Roman and him were looking at each other, and the crowd was chanting CM Punk the whole way through. Thought it was kind of disrespectful. And then, wait, no, they weren't. I think they're just booing, but I remember a segment. It was the Steph, Sasha, and Charlotte segment where the crowd just wouldn't stop chanting CM Punk. They like drowned Stephanie out. But in this segment, they're just booing Reigns, and Taker stares up at the Mania 33 song. Reigns stares up, and Taker chokeslams him. Taker will win at Mania. No shit. No shit. Hopefully, because if Reigns wins, that's gonna be very disappointing. And, yeah. But pretty good episode of Raw. Some downs, some ups. But in all, I was still entertained. And yeah. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought down below. And if you guys did enjoy and want to see more, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you want to see the rest of the series, please click the playlist link down below with the annotation on screen at the end of the video. And as always, have a nice day. And I will see y'all in the next one.